One, you're live.
Oh, am I supposed to? Okay, so hey, what's going on, guys? We are here live at Higher Praise, Higher Praise Christian Church, and we are joined here to my right is I'm busy with B, guys, and we are joined Nakia Hill. So we are here. We are talking about just self-love, self-awareness, just some of the things that it takes being a mom. In most cases, a single mom. We just wanted to just come together to love on each other, support each other, love on each other. And so I'm trying to learn my position, and kind of just be in the background. I plan to open up freely, and we're going to just love on each other today. So let's just, I don't know where to start. Where do we start? Do we start with?
Probably more encouraging women, especially during this pandemic. It's just a lot going on, and especially being a single mother, you gotta put your trust in God and know that it's a lot of women that think they're alone.
No, I'm saying which one of these do y'all want? No, the whole thing.
Okay.
That's for y'all.
Yeah, so you saying at a time like this, we are in a pandemic, it is rough to, really, I know me, I think I went through a lot of just loneliness, just feeling by myself, trapped in the house with kids, and homeschooling. I became an instant teacher, and, I'm not smarter than a fifth grader. I don't know smarter than a fifth grader. But, it was challenging and really just relearning patience all over again. So, if you on Facebook and you want to chime in, join in the conversation, throw up some questions. But what are some of the things you did to cope with parenting in the pandemic?
Okay, so for me, I co-parent, and so just with the shared responsibility of my children not being with me and being with their dad, just reaching out, making sure you stay in touch with your children, call them, just be a part of their life and let them know that this is, though you may be separated in different households, this is not, this is not going to last forever, and just that you support them. You're there with them, in close proximity to them, even though you're not physically there with them.
How old are they?
So my youngest is 12,
Okay.
and then I have an 18-year-old.
Okay, so look, they kind of grown. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I mean, but there's a better understanding especially when you co-parenting. It's
right.
a better understanding. So mine is 10. So it's just us. So just really, and she has a lot of energy. So really getting her to focus and, like I said, trying to really keep up with her because really she's teaching me.
Right.
And so, it was a lot. It was a lot. But did you find anyone that you can lean on in this time as far as, sisterhood? I mean, it was really not a lot of support. Was, just that mental support. We got away from even talking about that. But it's just, when you, in this time, no one in our lifetime has to really go through anything like that. So, I mean, just mentally supporting each other.
I've stayed in contact with my cousin, and then a close girlfriend of mine, and then having my church family, truly has been a blessing for me. Just getting to meet new people, new faces, and just interact. We need that interaction during this time, and wherever you can get it. Well, I don't want to say wherever. But in the right place.
I mean, in the right places, but it is. Like I will say, and one thing I will say though is through the pandemic and everything, the liquor stores did not close down. I mean, and there was like one of the stores that did not close down, and I think we really need to talk about that. You know, just a lot of people had a lot of codependency on drinking. You know, because that was a way to fill a gap. What are some of the things that you guys did to fill a gap and not being able to leave the house, having to teach your kids? You know, really, it was nothing to do. We were really locked in.
Right.
And it's still like that, I feel like, but it's a blessing in disguise that all your kids are there to be protected. As far as there's probably a lot of people that just in the bottle, but while you're in the bottle, it's a kind of neglect to your child if you stand in that bottle and you're not teaching them and giving them the word and just finding things around that you couldn't possibly maybe do before this pandemic. It's some, especially as a single mother, I gotta take this one there, I gotta take this one there. And you really get to spend that time with your children because they grow up so fast, and then it's just, then my oldest is 8 years old, and I'm like, oh, like, where did the time, you was just a baby.
Where did the time
Yeah,
go?
so it's like a blessing in disguise, but it can be, it can, you know, the devil can always work in your mind and you thinking it's something else like this negative, but I really got to break down and learn and really teach my children. Not only did I be able to teach my children the schoolwork and do arts and craft with them, like I really got to invest. And you can see the investment when my child started asking me, well, Mom, what did Jesus and this about Jesus? I'm like, oh, like he's listening, and I'm really pouring this in him. And I know once he get older, whether he flee down from it and he go do his own thing, he'll never forget that conversation about God, and he'll keep you and whatever else we decide to do in our study.
That is definitely true. Train up a child in the way you want it to go.
Amen.
Yes. So, I mean, I feel like I'm just trying to throw out questions and kind of lead us into certain conversations. So, anyone want to throw any questions out there?
I was saying, but it's in like me being a single parent, really having, and I have one sickly child. He has sickle cell. He's also high functioning autistic, and I had that. Me being away from my mom and my family pretty much, and during this pandemic, I also have a 2-year. It's hard bringing this child to that one. So is it? It's kind of like, was it a blessing that if a person was in that situation that you can't have the other parent because you can't take this child and that you can't take one child to the hospital, but this one have to be, or this one can be sickly. Parents like that, with you in this pandemic, or you might have 7 or 8 or 3 or 4 children, but one of them can go to the doctor or have a doctor appointment, might have asthma, but you can't take these other kids and you don't have nobody to watch them. And that can be very challenging, very stressful. So as a single parent, like you need to, during this pandemic, getting to see who your friends, see who your environment, in case you have to be who you trust. Reach out to your community, be able to interact with people to know that your child's safe, the child that you leave your environment in, and the child that you're taking. So when you leave, that's not a stress, and there's a lot of stress on it, on mothers right now, this pandemic, because it's like, well, what do I do with my other children if I gotta bring this aspect in? You might have.
It's really about finding, a support system, and it's like now you have to be, you have to really think outside the box, when it comes to support. And I think for me, I was very sociable, so I was used to always just being busy. I truly didn't name it busy with me for nothing. I was always running, and I never really was present in certain moments. And I think what it done for me is allowed me to be present, but also revisit some of the things that I needed to work on within myself, And so I am excited to, one, have the time off, be with, I have a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old, and it's just it's just been so exciting, and just to be in the present moment with the 2-year-old, to kind of see these milestones, that I missed the first time around. It's just been everything. I think I'm just living in a moment of gratefulness. Like, I'm just so grateful, and I think I'm just happy. I think you can really look at it in a certain type of way, and I think the way I feel me being social is getting on the internet more. I love to talk, so just really getting in front of my phone, and now I'm building a space just so that I can just go through it and just do what I love to do. So I think just finding a new love, and that is just doing exactly what I'm doing with you guys.
Yeah, see, if you ain't calm down, we might not even rag past.
No, it really,
Yeah,
it
like,
really slowed me down. I mean, God really isolated me, and I think
He likes to alienate everyone.
Yeah, when I tell you learning how to deal with that, and I think when I took the drink away from me, it was like to really deal with the underneath, and of course, prior to the pandemic, I was like, I'm fine. I think I made it through one of the toughest times of my life within the last 2 years, and I was like, well, what else is it? And so for me, I was dealing with loneliness. I knew that I definitely didn't want to go back, and turn into salt, okay? I ain't want to go back. I don't know if y'all know that story about, but I knew that I was really clear on that, but I had a lot of time to sit with myself, and I think a lot of people, once you have to sit with yourself, it's like, oh my goodness, so really just dealing with those issues, those childhood issues, and really digging deep. And I really feel like during this pandemic has prepared me for my husband, girl. He got it.
Hey, man,
He's got it.
Just know I'm the flower girl. Everybody know I am the flower girl.
Tim, you are not gonna be the flower
Yes, I
girl.
am.
Okay, but no,
Yes, I am.
honestly, that's what it did for me. It really allowed me to sit with myself, and I really will say, overall, I thought I was a good mom then, but I'm just a pretty great mom. Just very present. I know my kids. I know what they like. It allowed me to look at what I eat and just, how I want to treat myself. And then in the meantime, I found a new way for the 2-year-old to eat vegetables. I was just happy. Yeah, because I was like going on this weight thing and trying to lose weight, and I started smoothies. So I do spinach and kale and fruit and all this good stuff. And she loved it. And if I would have tried to just put a piece of broccoli or greens or something, she would not touch it. But when I tell you, smoothie be everywhere. It's just a real good feeling. It was one thing you learned about yourself in the pandemic.
Oh boy. In the pandemic, I have discovered, I know that I enjoy book reading, and so it's just given me time to really, get back into the Word, to, soak up what God is saying.
Read to me, please.
That I thoroughly enjoy. I'm reading this book now called "Give Me This Mountain," and it's a very good book.
That's down. I love that.
Powerful.
Yes, I love it. I love that.
Give me this line. Who's the author, so in case someone wonders.
By Joseph Prince. Yeah, so I ordered.
That's something we should do together, y'all. I think that is like a bonding thing. Like pick a book a month, and that'll help me out. Because I have a book I want Tiff to read, and I need to order it. I keep saying I'm gonna order it, but it's called The Secret. The Secret, guys. And I think when you're going through your process, and God is, He breaking you down just to build you back up like you've never been before. Yeah, I was on a path that I didn't know, but I had found this book, and it was called The Secret, and it was about the mind and your thoughts and the power of your thoughts, and it's everything that the Bible also teaches you, the power of the tongue, and that was something you spoke on. But for me, I was away from the church, so it was just putting that into perspective, and I can honestly say it has changed my life. It's to the point where I don't even want to be around people that even think negative or is negative. I want everyone to think it as it's already done. And so I think like me and Tiffany, we're developing this beautiful friendship and a relationship, and it's great to meet an energy that kind of match yours and that's genuine, and I really do appreciate that. But I have to get that book in her because I'm always sometimes I would like cut her. No, don't even say it. I don't even want to hear it. So it's just letting her know that it's so much power in how you think. And I think I learned that. We can sit here and just put negativity out there and think. The world, they have us living in so much fear. And so we just act out of fear. False evidence appearing real, right? And so I don't let anyone speak their fears over me because I'm already dealing with my own. So it's just like, yeah, we gotta be. I learned that from, yours too. I'm just trying to learn how to bridge what I naturally know to what God said. Because once you really know the word, that's when your power really, it's just, everything comes full circle. Yes, and truly manifest. Yeah. I see normally on my show, y'all, we'll go to break. I don't know if we have break here. But that was, I don't know, Pastor, do you guys edit? Okay.
We're live.
Okay, sorry.
It's a whole new world today.
I know, right?
But just the encouragement, you leave comments if you need prayer, but it's always good to find find someone that you can connect with. That have the same spirit. Look for a positive spirit, not negative. Because if you bring in negativity in your life, that's what you end up and you wonder why this going wrong.
Be the person you want to find. That's what I say. Be the person you want to find. And I think a lot of times I couldn't understand why I kept meeting people that deceived me a lot. And I was just like, well, I'm such a good person. I just know I'm a good person. Like, what is it? And it was just me. Once I took a step back and really, truly, we always say we trust God until we have to really, truly trust Him, right? And I think for me, dealing with like loneliness, the pandemic, 2 kids in this house, I'm used to a lot of noise and all of that. And the friends that I thought I had, they weren't my friends. And the more I step back and I allow God, because I'm a dreamer, so He would show me things in my dream. And then it will come to fruition. But the more I step back and I just let God order my steps and truly trust Him, I walked out of my friend's house at the time and I knew I would never speak to her again. It was time by time, things that happen, you will go back. Friendships is like relationships.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So, from knowing bad friends, even though sometimes we look at things like a negative, it's positive because now when you do have good friends, you appreciate them because you know the bad between the good. So sometimes what we think was our bad is actually our good because we know how we want to be treated in friendship, and we know what we're not going to go for in friendship. And sometimes God will put people in your life. People sometimes are here for a reason and for a season. So everything that people thought that they was going to do and do it, and I'm your friend, and when you realize that they weren't your friend, and you truly have people that God sent you, that like this is my friend, this woman gonna pray for me, that one gonna pray for me, and girl, well, let's go party this, that. Would you rather have that friend that's gonna pray for you and get down and help you? Like, okay, well, this is something I've been through. Or that one, okay, well, let's pick up this drink. Let's go to the party, girl. You don't gotta worry about that. I'm gonna rather me having both, being in both worlds. I appreciate what I learned from them friends that wasn't for me and was using me. I appreciate y'all because I appreciate and love my friends now that I know that we on the same level. But I'm gonna drink this because I think I spit enough tea.
But no, everything you said is definitely so true. It's really about, the lessons. I think that's what separates us from just the rest of everything, because it's a lot of obstacles that we can go through. But I think what truly separates us is not giving up and the perseverance. What's that word? Perseverance. that you just never give up and you just keep pressing through. And so, yeah, I mean, I think for everything that I've been through, I'm grateful. That's what I can just say because I would not be who I am right now. Like this person that's sitting in front of you guys that can sit here and just be confident in herself. I mean, I tell you, I always want to show these pictures of just looking back just a year ago, 2 years ago. It's crazy to even think I had a baby in my stomach last year, and just like who I was then. I almost look back at her and, feel sorry for her. I really did. Because I'm nothing compared to who I used to be. And I'm telling you, God can just do it just like that. Just like that. And it's like when you're going through it, you don't always see it. But truly changed my life around.
But even
Just
when
like
people
that.
thought I know her, and they be like, oh, she about to, or this about to, and they like, well, I was looking for this. No, I'm humble. I'm more. You gonna see God. They gonna start to see God shining through you, and they gonna say they different, even if they don't recognize it. No, like something is different about that person.
Something is different.
Something is different, and that's why I always wanted to be different, cause I don't want my I have 2 boys. I don't want them to bring home anything. So for me to not want them to bring home anything, I have to be the woman that I want them to bring home. So I had to change my ways and learn how to be humble and be peaceful, and let them see me pray and know that God is real, and teach them the ways that I wanted for them to follow, and be like, okay, no, that's not what I'm looking for in a woman, because that's not what I see my Bible doing. And I like that peace, and I like that humbleness. So, and that's what I always say, especially a woman don't, I want my child to come home with this and this and this. Well, you show them what they need to come home to.
You can show, I think, like, as a, you can be the example, but, I mean, that doesn't mean, I think, okay, so let me give y'all an example. My mom, right, she was, I think, she wasn't there. She was, them 80s, that generation, they was just gone, and that's when the drugs hit the street harder than ever, and we didn't have them in the home. So we didn't really have anyone to, like, kind of train us up, and I just feel like the person that I am is because, like, God always had his hands on me, or always put people around me to kind of push me one way and, guide me another way. And I was blessed because I come from a family of 5 of us, and my sister and my oldest cousin that look like you, she raised us. And it was just, what I'm saying is to say that I think now, as a mom on the opposite end, I give my kids so much. I'm just always saying, and nurturing and stuff like that. But it's just like you just don't always know how that can turn out. I feel like sometimes my 10-year-old isn't as grateful as I would have been because I did not have, this, that, and the third. Yeah, and it's just like now, it's more so, I just feel like sometimes she takes a lot of things for granted, and how can I spoiled her. But we went without, but my daughter wouldn't know what to do and how to go without something.
But her being 10, there's always an opportunity to make a change. So, implementing something new that, will cause her to become more thankful for what she has. I remember I heard some celebrity saying that he takes his children around Christmas time or around the holidays, takes them to shelters and allows them to not only feed but distribute toys to the children.
Okay.
And they actually filter through their own toys that they haven't played with within a year's time, and they bag all those up and then distribute them around those holidays, and that causes, it really builds a appreciation for what you have, knowing that you're giving to someone who doesn't have any toys, knowing that you're in a place where they wouldn't be able to eat lest somebody be there to provide the food, make the meal, serve the food, so there are ways that, even though our children are, my my son at the age of, what was it, 7, had an iPhone. I mean, just.
Yeah, my daughter too though. My daughter too.
But but that's the era we live in. Technology and
Just learning to adjust. Right?
precisely, and just implementing a different way of looking at life. We have to instill that appreciation and that gratitude in them now. And because they're 10 or them being young, it's never too late.
It's never too
It's
late.
never too late to do that.
It's never too late.
And to touch on it, like, even though, and it's sad, even now, not back in the days, but it's now that mothers don't know how to be mothers. And it's women like us that, women, because that's a word that I don't know.
It's
in
okay.
the country, I'm struggling with that. I'm telling you, I was
I
in the
didn't catch
country.
that, but you.
No, they can't.
No,
I've been in the country for 6 years, and that one word, I'm gonna work on that, God. Gonna work
It's
on that
okay.
word. with
I
you.
got
Yeah,
her
you
back.
got me, yes. Okay, but see, I done got lost.
You
What I'm
lost.
So
saying,
you said
yeah, as far as looking to eventually do programs to help women with advocacy. Like that's one of your pet peeves
Yes.
with the beauty
Yeah.
that we need to know.
Yeah.
Because we have so many people that's knocking us down, whether it be the devil or your significant other that is
You know what?
pushing you down. I'm learning to like they have a dress for success. I want to eventually do something to show them like not show them how to be professional, how to dress. Because they put us somewhere, and then we as far as education wise, building education, how to be a mother, things to learn to
Skills.
teach or with your child.
Okay.
Not only to get like I can get you a job. They have a lot of centers that you can get a job. But after you get that job, to teach you how to keep that job, and not only keep that job, but to advance, so you can do something greater and do something better, and then you can turn around to the next woman or the next man and say, hey, this is where I came from, and this is where I am, and I'm gonna show you, because you can fish for a man all day, but until you teach him how to fish, he always will be coming back, running back to you.
And so this is one thing that I just want to add to what you said, and I just want to give that's one thing that I enjoy about meeting you and developing this friendship, because we are aligned. I feel like God do put people in your life for reasons, even if it's just for a season. So guys, I'm plugging right now, okay? So I'm busy with being, I do have a nonprofit. It's called Busy Being Beautiful, and I really, really enjoy helping the community. One of my visions was to mentor young girls, okay, whether it's from, the 9th through 12th grade, then they will then mentor the younger ones. That's how they earn their community service and things of that nature. But everything that I want to do, or everything that I'm trying to do within the nonprofit, is just give back.
Everything you're going to do.
Everything
You have
I'm
speak
going
into
to do,
existence.
speaking into it, that's right, get on me,
Yeah.
get on me. But everything that I'm going to do is just help young girls know that you are enough right now. And then I think even the first time that I spoke in church, I wish someone would have gave me that message. A lot of times we feel like we need to be here, but we are enough right now, exactly where we at. So I just think a lot of what you said piggyback on what you said, that I do feel like we are in each other's life for a reason. Busy Being Beautiful is such a baby. And so to have you come on now and just be a part of that mission will just be great. I mean, I do a lot of things in the community where I'm volunteering, just meeting other people that's out there doing the same thing, and once it just lights the fire in you when you volunteering and you able to give back and put those groceries in somebody's trunk or give the old clothes. And so it's just really, really exciting. So when I have things going on, as long as you are here, I would love for you to join me. I do some things on Saturday. I don't always put everything online, so a lot of times, you don't really know what I'm doing. But I do a lot, I do a lot of stuff with Martha's Table, and we go out on Saturdays and we give to homeless shelters. I mean, it's just always fun. And then, but it's just like me, when I'm out there, I see people, You know, I don't see, oh, put my phone up and this is what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? And so, and even sometimes, like, I think when I was doing it, and I think that's what changed my perception of it is, oh no, I don't want to be on camera, and I'm like, look, I would never put you on camera. This is just da 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 da. So I've learned to respect these people. They are people just like us, and you know,
you can always turn around. You can be in that
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
I agree. I believe that serving God is an adventurous life.
Mm.
There's always an open door. There's always an opportunity to be a blessing to someone, to go about being a blessing to someone. That's who God has made us.
Right.
And it really is an opportunity for you to be able to be that resource for someone, be that answer to
There's
someone's
so many
problem,
resources.
and speak into their life. So there's always room to advance, and and just being that person to not close yourself off to what God wants you to do. Just flow with Him, flow with the Spirit.
When you flowing, it's just it's one of the best feelings when you just really true. I don't know. I've been in a phase where I truly just been letting go, even when I don't understand. And I'm not saying it's easy when you don't know. You leaning not to your own understanding, because if you was leaning to your own understanding, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't be doing. I mean, and it was just I'm truly learning how to trust Him and just trust the process. And if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And it's a feeling, because that's again the power of your thoughts. So if you God has equipped all of us with this thing called intuition. And it's just, if it's something off, you're going to feel it. If it feels right, then it's right. Not all the time. Wait. Hold up. No, we can't. As it was coming on, I was like, hold on. I got to retract my statement on that one. Hold on. Wait. No, I'm going to retract some of that statement. But I was trying to say,
But God,
thank you. Help me clean it
up.
up.
He's made it easy for us to know His will. And it's not like I said, it's always an adventure serving Him and doing for others. And He leads us, by the Spirit and by life and peace. And so with that in mind, you always have a peace about what God is doing, even though it might not be something you normally do.
Yeah.
And that brings me back to, it was this man in North Carolina, this homeless man, and I would give him food and stuff, and I was like, I wish I could do your hot meal, but he wanted macaroni and cheese. But I did his meal, but it showed, like, my son was like, you give him that man? He was like, so Mom, can I give him some? So he took some of his, I want to give him my juice and this, that, from some of my groceries. I was like, well, Prophet, you can give him whatever you feel, whatever your heart's desire. And my son was just so happy.
It's a good feeling when you give it. I wanted to hop back to when you have peace about certain things, right? And so that's how I know that I've made the right choice. And reason why I wanted to piggyback on that, because it was so powerful. Because when I'm at peace with something, it's a feeling. Like I told you, I had this friend and I walked away and I knew that I would never talk to her again. It was just a certain peace, that I had. And even when certain people in your family and, people you'll go back and forth with for years, it was just like when we broke up, because relationships is exactly that. It was just, I had a certain peace. You have to allow people. Yeah, you gotta allow people to go through their journeys, and when you at peace truly, and you truly align with God, you truly have a peace. Even with myself, because I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm not perfect at all. But I'm just saying, like, no, you're not gonna keep on casting on me what you fighting in within yourself. Like, I had to learn discernment. I had to learn the difference. No, you know what? You're not gonna keep holding me to who I used. I will admit. you know, I had my kids later on in life, so I will admit, yes, I was a little selfish and self-centered, and everything was about me.
But
And
God, and I know we gotta wrap this up
but God.
because we going to and
When we
and
coming?
we will come back.
When we
will,
coming back?
but it won't be today because this is God said we gotta go.
Also, guys, thank you so much. Thank you Instagram for stopping through, and guys, I'm here with. I don't know how often you guys are going to do this and where I'm aligning this.
Okay, well
but
we're gonna get together. And
Yeah.
if our orders are followed by the Lord, so
Yeah.
whatever He permit, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
And we really appreciate. Hope you guys enjoyed us. If y'all have any comments, any subjects that y'all might want to hear about, might want to talk about,
Let us know.
please let us know.
Let us know. And just another plug, because Pastor B gave me permission. Busy Being Beautiful, this is exactly what I'll be doing, so you'll see some of the same faces, and maybe, like, again, I will give with Pastor B and see how we can align this, because maybe we can do something over there, and then they broadcast it there, and then vice versa. So this is something that I love to do. Busy Being Beautiful will be exactly this. We'll be talking about domestic violence. What self-love look like? You know, a lot of times we yelling self-love is the best love, but how do we truly choose us and know that we are enough right now? So anyway, if you're not following me, follow me on my YouTube channel, Busy with B, guys, and each and every Monday I'll be live on that YouTube channel and my Facebook talking about those heavy topics.
All in Jesus.
All in Jesus' name.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, guys. I gotta make sure.
You actually have something in those cups.
Yeah,
do.
I do.
I want some of that.
Tito's.
now.
Like, no,
You
I'm
want
joking.
some?